My name is Kelly Rivers, and I am a freshman. I would like to recognize my sixth grade teacher, Mrs. Bova, as my nominee. I chose Mrs. Bova as my nominee because she helped me discover life lessons that I still continue to live by today. She taught me not to be seduced by success, but to continue and try to strive for my best. She has taught me to overcome the challenges I am faced with. She has taught me not to dumb myself down for anyone, but to be proud of what I have accomplished, learned, and know. So thank you, Mrs. Bova, for helping me get through the sixth grade and anything other that may present itself in my future.
Hello, my name is Samantha Idris, and I'm a freshman at Warren Central High School. The person I have nominated is Mr. Klein. The reason why I chose this teacher was for many reasons, but not all of them would fit on this piece of paper. It has been 6 years since I attended Oak Linden Elementary, but that doesn't mean I can't remember what it was like to walk through those very halls. When I think about the essence of time and sand, I realize just how much time has gone by. I am not the same person I was yesterday, and that itself reminds me how much has changed. Sometimes when I begin to wonder where it all began, all roads begin to lead toward my third year of schooling. At the time, I remember not having self-esteem, confidence, and any training in actual human interaction. I was, in a word, awkward. Awkward as in socially awkward. I did not know how to talk to people because before third grade, I didn't have many friends. The lives I saw before me were always reflecting in my eyes from the TV screen, friendship and happiness. I wanted that with a desire so badly it made me cry because I thought I could never have it. I abided my entire life by treat others the way you want to be treated, but it never seemed to work in my reality. Acceptance wasn't in my vocabulary, but rejection always was. It didn't take long for the words dumb, ugly, and weird to etch themselves in the walls of my mind. I was an outcast. By the time I reached third grade, I had already grown tired of people and my life itself. It was around this time that I came to know my teacher, Mr. Klein, a teacher I knew, not at the time, I would never forget. Third grade may have been a time where small desks were big, but it had been small to me still. I always had books to keep me company, so I would always be found with my head in a book. However, I didn't read while I was learning. Learning was another thing I came to enjoy. At first, I took it as something I would have to do, but it turned into something I wanted to do. Mr. Klein's teaching may have been the cause. He taught me how to tell time, how to memorize your timetables, and to pay attention when you were leading the line as the line leader. He could have been an ordinary man and could have been another teacher that I had. He never was ordinary. I could never remember him being close to it. However, this teacher helped me with what was the building me up after I had been torn down. My very own self-confidence became confidence and actually became a part of me. He taught me that being myself was something only I could do. I began to explore the things I liked and not what others thought I should like. Through this, I discovered my passion for writing, my passion for drawing, and my passion in learning as much as I could because life is all about learning. It all began in that classroom, the place that reminded me I could become anything because my dreams were always in reach. Though I can try, and try again, there is nothing else I can say but thank you, Mr. Klein, for being there for me in one of the hardest times in my life. I can say for certain that you have influenced my life ever since.
My name is Joanna Pardue, and I am a freshman here at Warren Central. I am honoring my sixth grade teacher, Mr. Wagner. You were the first teacher to push me past what I thought I could do. The class was challenging, and though I didn't like that aspect at the time, I did notice an improvement in my work ethic during this year. For the first time, I noticed the excel in Excel, but you worked me and my classmates through the challenges and helped me better myself in dealing with not only subjects that I hated, math, but school in general. After your class, life was a breeze and all was well. That's a lie, but it did make getting through these past years a lot easier. The skills I was taught of how to keep going and the fact that you didn't let me give up have lived on, and I am eternally grateful for that. How did the monkey fall out of the tree? This line was the beginning of a historical day. Out of context, it doesn't mean much, but being honest, that was one of the reasons why I found you were a great teacher. Your dry sense of humor amused me, and I don't know if this is a good thing or not, I have since picked up on it. Random things like this were the things that made me look forward to class, even through your brutal honesty in telling me I shouldn't ever be allowed to use scissors again when I made the decorative door paper look like it had been through the purge when I tried to cut out the area for the window. Sixth grade was a stressful year, but at the time, but now I'd give anything to go back. The environment you created and the techniques you used to teach were in every way a reflection of your sparkling personality, and it made for a wonderful learning experience. Keep doing what you're doing, and thank you, Mr. Wagner, for being my awesome sixth grade teacher.
Hi, I'm Victoria McDougall, and my nominee is Mr. Peckham, my orchestra teacher from 7th and 8th grade at Creston Middle School. While I appreciate the things I learned from you when it came to music and playing the viola, that isn't why I chose you. I chose you for your humor, your taste in books, your book suggestions, and a bunch of other things. Some of my best memories of middle school are the times my friends and I went to your classroom for lunch. All I can say about that is thank you for putting up with us. I'm not sure how you managed it, but thanks. The times we took up your prep period were never boring. I'll never forget the moments when you sat at your computer playing music and YouTube videos on your laptop. I'll also remember the crazier moments, like when Darby tried to climb into the ceiling from the filing cabinet. There's one thing we know for sure: you'll never run out of entertaining stories for future classes. Anyway, the point is you made an impact on my life. You gave me an even greater appreciation for music of all genres. Your class will always be something I look back on fondly. I guess the point of all of this is just for me to say thank you. Thanks for being there when my friends and I needed you. Thank you for treating us like human beings and not talking down to us. And thank you for being willing to deal with us and all of our, let's call them quirks.
Hello, I'm Logan Strewing, and my nominee is my 3rd grade teacher, Mr. Reeves. Mr. Reeves was my first Excel teacher, as well as one of my favorite teachers even up till today. Mr. Reeves is a really unique teacher for me because we did a lot of really fun activities in his class. The elephant in his room was always the cart off to the side of the classroom. In that cart were iPods, and he used them to their full potential for audiobooks, math apps, and sometimes just for fun. It was in this class that I read a few of my all-time favorite books, including Percy Jackson and Harry Potter. We also at one point even made a movie in his class that I actually still have the DVD for. To top off all the fun I had in his class, he and I were both geeks. Around his desk was a little bit of Star Wars memorabilia, as well as even a stuffed Yoda, and I really connected with him because I loved, and still love, everything Star Wars. Altogether, my time as a student in Mr. Reeves' classroom is a little bit blurred by time. It is still an extremely memorable part of my childhood, though, and one that I will never truly forget.
I'm Hannah Mellick, freshman of graduating 2020 class at Warren Central High School. My honoree is Mrs. Dick, currently teaching at Sunny Heights. I had her as my 4th grade teacher. Your class was my introduction to the world of Excel, to its wonders and stresses, and at the same time it was a completely new school with completely new people. I had no idea what to expect, but I felt better once I got adjusted. Being in your class forced me to use my brain and to actually think. The workload was unlike anything I was used to before. Not too much, but not the same as what I was comfortable with. I feel like you taught me the basics of time management that I still need to perfect. You got me used to the amount of work and the amount of time that it takes to succeed. Being in your class has shaped my work ethic and prepared me for future tasks. I am very grateful to have had you as a teacher, and I thank you.
Greetings, I'm Jacob Woldridge. I am currently a freshman at Warren Central High School. Today I would like to honor Mr. Meyer. He is a 5th grade teacher at Raymond Park Intermediate Academy. But my gratitude relates to when he was a homeroom teacher for 1st and 4th grade while I attended Pleasant Run Elementary. While I was still a young child, Mr. Meyer encouraged me to develop an appreciation for music and the value of a good education. To this day, I still hold true to those values, and I even play the contrabass in the freshman orchestra. I am learning to compose music along with making my education a priority. Personally, he made some of the largest impacts on my life that helped me get to the place I am now. It was Mr. Meyer that recommended me for the Excel program and supported me through that. He also challenged me beyond the normal 4th grade material, encouraged me to a higher thinking level, which made me realize how much I enjoyed the challenge academically. This opportunity has finally allowed me to acknowledge his importance and express my gratitude. So I thank you, Mr. Meyer, for all you have done for me and hope that I can use those influences to help others.
Hi, I'm Brittany White. My nominee is Mr. Kennedy, my 8th grade science teacher. I chose to honor you because you always held me to high expectations that motivated me to work harder and succeed. You made science sound interesting, so I learned a lot that has helped me in biology now, and I even decided to go into the medical field in the future. I appreciate that you weren't just a strict, boring teacher. It definitely wasn't boring learning from you, and I didn't feel intimidated to ask questions. Also, I admire your passion for teaching. I was engaged and challenged. You not only taught me science, but you also taught me to strive to be the best I can and stay focused. I like to mention the time I spent about a month trying to open a Chromebook cart, and you always teased me about it. Just wanted to let you know, Mr. Kennedy, I finally learned how to open a lock after your constant teasing me last year. Lastly, I thank you for being such a cool teacher. I truly believe you care about your students and their education. Bye.
My name is Anaya, and I am currently a freshman here at the Warren Central High School. The person I chose to nominate is Courtney Burchett, who teaches the Geography and African Study classes. I had Ms. Burchett the first semester of my freshman year. During the first semester, I was new to Warren, and I was extremely worried about my new teachers and classes. From the way things sounded in middle school, all high school teachers were mean, and they didn't play that. I was fortunate enough to come across a teacher who was considerably nicer than what I had initially thought. Not only that, but I enjoyed coming to her class. Although we shared few off-topic conversations about my personal life, I learned a lot about and from Ms. Burchett. She was the first teacher who made me feel welcome. This is my way of thanking her, and I definitely admire her. She has made a positive difference in my life, and she is extremely appreciated.
Hello, my name is Elena Razzo, and my nominee is my music teacher, Mr. Cleveland, who taught me both my 7th and 8th grade years at Creston. I chose my nominee because of the great respect and admiration I have for him. He has taught me many lessons that I will remember as I continue my music education and transition to high school. One lesson that stood out through those 2 years as a student was to always take a chance. He told us about his 3 regrets in life and how he wishes he could go back and take that chance. His message to not regret anything in life and to have confidence has influenced me greatly. For instance, I would never have dreamed of performing as solo, but his lesson to take a chance persuaded me to make that leap and perform by myself for the first time. Without his lesson, I would have regretted not taking that chance, and I am very grateful for his numerous teachings. Overall, I would like to thank my middle school music teacher, Mr. Cleveland, for encouraging me to push myself and take advantage of those opportunities at hand.
Hello, my name is Rebecca Doherty. My nominee is Mrs. Graham, my 7th and 8th grade English teacher from Creston. She no longer teaches at Creston, but is currently teaching at an online school. In 7th grade, one of our very first conversations was at back to school night when we talked about the novel Divergent and how upset the series ending made us, yet how it was necessary for the plot. I had talked about books before, but never so animatedly. That is why I picked you, Mrs. Graham. You share my love for books and reading and helped me to explore genres I already loved and genres I did not yet love, but would come to. Every week, you introduced a new book to the class, make me want to read and find books I never thought I would have enjoyed. In previous years, I had not been challenged much as a writer, and you were the teacher that pushed me as a writer. With you, Goodreads, and the lovely Springboard, I was challenged to write essays and reviews on books that I had never had to write. You helped me to learn how to truly write, as well as push me as a reader, so thank you. You didn't just help me academically. Every morning you made me laugh with the many stories of your husband and your daughters. One story I remember in particular is the story about how you banged your knee and fell while getting ready in the morning, made a loud noise in the bathroom. Your husband did not come in, but your daughter, wearing a superhero costume. You told the class many other stories, but this one stands out. So, again, thank you for making me laugh and being down to earth. Thank you for giving me a foundation of writing skills, and thank you for broadening my reading horizons and giving me skills I will use for the rest of my life.